going on, Jerome? So for entertainment purposes only, we're back again. NFL Week 8 is upon us, and it's time for the Week 8 NFL picks. Sure to go wrong for entertainment purposes only. Now, things have not gone well this season. Again, that's why it's stupid to pick the whole card. I digress. But 5-7 last week. We are 43, 52, and 5 on the season, which is not good. It's no bueno, man. But going through the games, no teams on bye, so a full card. First up, the Vikings, 1-point favorites at Green Bay. We know it's up. Also, so Daddy believes quite a bit, and a couple of jelly beans went down on alternate lines. So Vikings -2.5, Vikings -6.5, Vikings -9.5, Vikings -13.5, Vikings -16.5, Vikings -20.5, Vikings -23.5. Woo! I'd love to see it. Love to see it, man. Plus, you get kind of good odds. Anyways, next up, Battle of the Meadowlands. So the Jets on the road, 3-point favorites against the Giants. I'm going to go with the Jets in this spot, where this is going to be a rock fight. Weather's not going to be good either, but I think that coming off the bye and also having Sauce, Gardner, and Reed back at corner is going to be huge. Ty God is going to be in again. Daniel Jones might be shut down for the season, which actually might be a good thing for the Giants. But I think that the Jets keep Saquon in check. I think the Jets win an ugly, sort of like 14-10 type game, and go from there. Patriots at the Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins got humbled on Sunday night against the Eagles, and of course the Patriots beating the Buffalo Bills. No big deal. I think that the Patriots, they definitely played over their skis last week. It was an emotional win. Belichick's 300th. Basically, they had like a homecoming because of their Ring of Honor or Hall of Fame or whatever. But I think the Dolphins get back on track. I think this is like a 30 to 17, 30 to 14 type game for the Dolphins in this spot. Next up, so I got the Falcons on the road. Whatever. Hey, is Bijan going to be added to the injury report again? Who knows? And the Tennessee Titans are going to be without Tannehill, and it's going to be Levis and Malik Willis. This, whatever. Falcons. Also, I think the total on this is super low too. Like, this is one of those games that you couldn't even pay me to watch. Which is rough, man. So it could be in the middle of the off season, like the dog days, like the draft is done. So like mid-June, and you told me that Falcons and Titans were going to play live on Thursday night or even a Sunday night, I wouldn't watch it. Actually, just kidding, I would. So then you have the Eagles and the Commies. Now, what's interesting is that the Commies definitely took it to the Eagles, lost in overtime, sort of got screwed on a couple of calls. But Washington got humbled. They lost to the Giants. Philly coming off that big win against the stupid Miami Dolphins. But I think Washington keeps the one close. So I'm going to take the 7.5 points. They're at home. Division games are always a little bit closer than you think. And I still think the Eagles win, but in like a 30 to 24 type game. Next up, you got the Rams visiting the Cowboys. I like the Rams in this spot. I think that even with the injuries, I think that they'll go into Big D and get things done. And by get things done, I mean lose by 4. Which we'll take. And then you got the Saints and the Colts rematch of that stupid Super Bowl, which the stupid Vikings should have been in. But I'm taking Indianapolis in this spot. Saints, they can't get anything going offensively. I do think that Derek Carr is the main culprit. And even though the Saints have a good defense, I mean, the Browns had a good defense and the Colts had a field day there. And the Colts, frankly, should have been Cleveland, except they got boned out of a couple of calls. And the league even admitted it to Irsay. And Irsay's the only owner that put the league's business out there, which is hilarious. But I think Indy wins in this spot, and they win outright. Next up, Jaguars and the Steelers. So rematch of what conference championship game was that? Doesn't matter. But Jacksonville is rolling right now. Pittsburgh coming off that nice cross coast win against the Rams. I like Pittsburgh in the spot. So you're getting points and you're at home. We'll take that spot with Tomlin. I think they'll have a little something for Trevor Lawrence. Last of the noon games, Houston at Carolina. So the battle of the 1 versus the 2 in last year's draft. But Bryce Young against C.J. Stroud. Houston coming off the bye, getting a little bit healthy. I kind of like the way that DeMeco Ryans got this team playing. So I think that they are going to win on the road, and I'll fade the 3 points. So I think that Houston wins, like a 27-17 type game. Late games, got the Browns going up to the Pacific Northwest. They're 3-point. This is backwards. I believe. 3-point favorites up at Seattle. Love me some home dogs, especially when it does seem like Seattle runs a little bit hot and cold, whatever. I do think that the Browns offense, I think that it does finally catch up to them because P.J. Walker is extremely limited, and I think Seattle does get it done. Kansas City visiting Denver. So this was that 19-8 game on Thursday night, which Casey was favored by 10.5 in that game. But Denver, I mean, they're on the verge of collapse, even though they did just beat the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers. I think this could be the last hurrah. And, I mean, they want to show off their trade assets. So I actually think that Denver sacks up and has himself a good game. But I do think that Kansas City wins. It's tough to say. Like, Kansas City, I know that they're back to being Super Bowl favorites again, but I think they're a flawed team. It's a division game. It's always a little bit tough and a little bit closer, but I don't know. Like, I don't have a strong inkling either way. That's why it's stupid to pick the full card, because I do not care about this game. You got the Ravens on the road in Arizona. Now, Kyler has no injury designation, and he practiced in full last couple of days. I don't think that he plays, but that is noteworthy going forward for Arizona. And Baltimore's rolling right now. They just put the bang thing on the Lions. I think they go to Arizona, and I think that they win. I think that they cover in this spot. Cincy at San Francisco. Now, Brock Purdy is out with a concussion, so you got Sling and Sam Darnold in, so you're already on to him. San Francisco Niners defense is still really damn good, but the Bengals are really putting it together. I think Joe Burrow his calf is finally good to go, and I think that Jamar Chase has a big-time game against Ward and company. So give me Cincinnati. I'm definitely taking the points in this spot. Sunday Night Football, this game seems like punishment. It really does, man. But Tyson Badgett, second career start. The Chargers are poopy. Like, how the Vikings lose the Chargers? I'm pissed off about that one. But give me the Bears in the spot. I don't think that they win, but also I think that there's going to be a significant number of Bears fans in LA. I think that a lot of Bears fans are going to make the trip. I think that they're going to be loud and proud. And Badgett, frankly, I think it gives them a better shot than Justin Fields in this spot. He ain't ready to sling it. So I'm definitely gobbling up that 8.5. Then finally, the Raiders at the Lions. Yeah, I think the Lions get back on track, mainly because the Raiders are just garbaggio. Like, it's unbelievable how badly coached they are. Josh McDaniels needs to be fired, and then they need to start over in Vegas. But that's it. Week 8 pick, sure to go wrong. Again, you probably would make a lot of money if you just bet the other way. Not saying, I'm just saying. Entertainment purposes only. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.